My beloved child, you may not know this, but I was beside you last night. You didn't see me, but I was there, closer than your skin, quieter than your breath, gentler than your tears. As your head pressed into the pillow soaked with silent cries, as your heart trembled with the weight of what you could no longer carry, I leaned down from heaven to cup your spirit in my hands. I saw the pain you didn't have words for. I heard the prayers you didn't know how to pray. I witnessed the ache you try to hide, even from yourself. And when the world went quiet and no one else noticed that your soul was unraveling in the dark, I did. I saw every thought that haunted you. I felt the sorrow buried beneath your smile. You told no one, but you didn't have to. I read the tears on your face like scripture. I traced the heartbreak in your chest like a map, each crack leading me to where you needed me most. And I want you to know, none of it was ignored. Nothing you felt was wasted. Not a single tear slipped down your cheek without heaven counting it as sacred. While you slept, I gathered the fragments of your strength. I held the trembling pieces of your courage. And I spoke peace into the parts of you that thought they'd never feel whole again. The wounds you believed would never close, I covered them with light. The loneliness that made you feel invisible, I touched it with the presence of angels. The guilt you carried like armor, I melted it with my mercy. There's a reason you woke up today. There's a reason your lungs filled with breath again. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not abandoned in the dark. The silence was never empty. It was full of me, working behind the veil. I have been watching over your mind, defending it from lies that whisper you are worthless. I have stood at the gates of your spirit and turned away every enemy that dared to tell you that you will not survive this. And though you couldn't see it, I wrapped you in comfort. I placed warriors in the spirit realm around your bed. I instructed heaven's armies to stand guard over your purpose while you slept. Because even while you were unconscious, even when you were too tired to fight, too weary to believe, I was moving. I was healing. I was rescuing. I was writing victory into your tomorrow. You may not have seen me walk into your room, but I did. You may not have heard my footsteps, but I paced beside your brokenness all night long. And I did not come empty-handed. I brought promises. I brought restoration. I brought answers to the questions you didn't dare to ask aloud. And I laid them over your heart like a crown. Child, I know this storm has felt endless. I know the nights feel longer than they should. I know people have failed you in ways that made you question if love is even real. But I'm not like them. I will never break my promise. I will never leave in the middle of the pain. I will never turn my back when you're at your lowest. In fact, it's in the lowest places that I do my deepest work. And that's what I've been doing while you slept. I was preparing a new beginning inside your soul. I was writing a sunrise into your story. I was anchoring your hope not to what is seen, but to what I have already declared from the throne of eternity. I have seen the future you're afraid to believe in, and it's beautiful. I have seen the freedom you didn't think was possible, and it's coming. I have seen the restoration you can't yet imagine, and it's on its way to your door. What you call an ending, I call a doorway. What you call failure, I call the setup for a divine turnaround. You think you lost everything, but child, you have no idea what I'm about to restore. While you slept, I assigned your name to blessings that will catch you off guard. I whispered your name into rooms you haven't stepped into yet. I carved your purpose into the hands of angels, and I told them, go. Go prepare the way. Go before them. Light their path. Clear the obstacles. Unlock the doors they don't even know they'll need to walk through. Because I'm not done. I'm not finished. Your pain is not the final sentence. Your loneliness is not the last chapter. The ache you carry is not the end of your story. You were never meant to stay in this valley. You were never meant to die in this sorrow. You're being shaped. You're being trained. You are being refined in the fire, not because I want you to burn, but because I need you to shine. And you will. Oh, child, you will. You will see why I allowed certain people to leave. You will understand why I didn't answer some prayers the way you wanted. You will thank me for the things I withheld. because everything I held back was to make space for what I'm about to pour out. You are not behind. You are not broken beyond repair. You are exactly where I can reach you most. And I'm not just reaching. I'm holding. I'm lifting. I'm redeeming every hidden scar, every invisible wound, every forgotten dream. So rest now, not just in your bed, but in your spirit. Rest in the knowing that I'm God. Rest in the truth that I'm fighting for you. Rest in the miracle that I never left. What I began and you will not be undone. What I whispered while you wept, I will make it come true. Just wait. Watch what I do next. Beloved, as you awaken today, carrying the weight of yesterday's tears and the uncertainty of tomorrow's burdens, understand that what transpired in the quiet hours was not merely silence, but a symphony of my love working invisibly in your life. You see, when you cry alone, hidden behind walls you think protect you, I am not distant or indifferent. I am drawing near. I am gathering every tear you drop as if it were the most precious jewel in all creation. For to me, your sorrow is sacred. Your silent prayers, whispered between sobs and broken breaths, reach my throne room and move the heart of heaven. While you slept, I was not idle. I was in the secret places of your spirit, orchestrating miracles no eye can see, no ear can hear, but that your soul deeply senses even now. I was weaving threads of healing through your brokenness, stitching together every fragment of your heart that pain had torn apart. I carried you when your strength failed. I carried you through shadows that felt endless, holding you firmly with the hands that crafted the stars. I stood in the gap between despair and hope, refusing to let the darkness swallow you whole. The spiritual realm never sleeps. It watches, it fights, and it intercedes, and I sent legions of angels to surround you, to shield you from attacks you could not comprehend. Your battle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, and my hand is mighty to protect. I was there before your first tear fell, and I will be there after your last tear dries. Nothing escapes my notice. Everything you feel, every ache and every longing is etched into my heart. While you wrestled with fear and hopelessness, I was busy planting seeds of restoration within your soul, seeds that will grow into forests of strength and gardens of joy you never dreamed possible. I was clearing away the debris of past wounds, past failures, and past betrayals, preparing fertile ground for new life to take root. I was rewriting the script of your destiny, moving mountains and making crooked paths straight, so that when you will rise with purpose, with clarity, with divine momentum. I know the nights have been long and the mornings difficult, but I promise you this: no night is so dark that it can extinguish the dawn I am bringing. Every tear you shed is counted in heaven's ledger, every sorrow cataloged with tender care, and every cry heard as a sacred call to my mercy. You may feel abandoned or forsaken, but I am the God who never leaves, never forsakes, never turns away from those who call on my name. While you slept, I was speaking to your spirit in ways words cannot capture. I was reminding you that your identity is not defined by your pain, but by my love. You are a child of the Most High, created in my image, destined for glory. I was releasing peace to your mind, a peace that surpasses all understanding, guarding your heart against the storms of doubt and fear. I was igniting hope deep within you, a flame that cannot be extinguished by circumstance or despair. I was lighting a fire of courage in your soul, a strength born not from your own power, but from my spirit living in you. My beloved, the tears you hide are not a sign of weakness, but of a heart that still beats with life, a soul that still longs for healing. I am here to breathe life into those broken places, to fill the emptiness with my presence, and to transform your mourning into dancing. The battles you face are not random or meaningless. They are refining you, shaping you into a warrior of faith, a beacon of hope, a vessel of my glory. I am training you in the secret places, preparing you for the purpose I have ordained before the foundation of the world. And while you may not understand the full scope of this divine training now, trust that every trial, every tear, every moment of loneliness is a stepping stone toward the destiny I have crafted just for you. While you were sleeping, I was busy aligning your spirit with the promises I have whispered to your heart for years. I was opening doors you thought were closed forever, lighting paths you believed were lost in shadow. I was restoring broken relationships, healing old wounds, and releasing blessings you had forgotten to ask for. Your story is far from over. In fact, it is entering its most glorious chapter. I am writing it with the ink of grace and the paper of hope. I am inscribing it with the seal of victory. And I want you to know this. You are deeply loved beyond comprehension. You are held by a hand stronger than any pain. You are destined for a future brighter than any darkness you have faced. So, as you rise from a place of rest, carry this truth in your heart. While you were crying alone, I was crying with you, standing with you, fighting for you. And I will continue to do so until every tear is wiped away, every heartache healed, and every dream fulfilled. Your nights may be long, but my promises are eternal. Your pain may feel heavy, but my grace is sufficient. Your journey may be difficult, but my love is unending. Remember, my child, you are never alone. I am always near, watching over you, working all things together for your good. You are my beloved, my masterpiece, my victory. Rest in that truth today and know that the best is yet to come. Beloved child, as you continue to walk this path that seems shrouded in shadows and unanswered questions, I want you to pause for a moment and truly understand the vastness of my presence in your life. I do not merely observe from a distance, but I am intimately involved in every breath you take, every thought you wrestle with, and every tear that falls when you believe no one else is watching. The nights when you felt utterly abandoned, when loneliness pressed down like a heavy cloak upon your shoulders, those were the very moments I was closest to you, closer than your own heartbeat. I was whispering comfort into the depths of your soul, even when you could not hear my voice over the noise of pain and confusion. It is in those silent hours that I was fighting the fiercest battles on your behalf, battles against forces that seek to steal your joy, your peace, your very essence. I sent my angels to encamp around you, to shield you from harm that you could not perceive with your human eyes. Know this: the spiritual realm is not a distant realm of myth or legend, but a reality more vivid and active than you realize. Every struggle you face is part of a larger cosmic conflict, and you are the beloved prize for which heaven fights relentlessly. While you rested in what you believed was solitude, I was moving mountains behind the scenes, opening doors that had long been shut, orchestrating divine appointments that would shift your life in ways you could never anticipate. I was turning what felt like endings into fresh beginnings, weaving hope into the fabric of your tomorrows. I understand how weary you are, how deep the wounds of disappointment and betrayal run. I see the places where you feel broken beyond repair, the spaces where you question your worth and your purpose. But hear me now, you are not broken beyond my ability to restore. I am the God who makes beauty from ashes, who brings forth streams in the desert, who turns mourning into dancing. While you slept, I was planting seeds of strength and courage within you, seeds that will take root and blossom into a harvest of faith and resilience. I was crafting new dreams and igniting visions that will awaken your spirit to the divine destiny waiting for you. You may have felt forgotten, but I was remembering every promise I made to you before time began. I was reminding your spirit of your true identity as my beloved child, created in my image, called to walk in my righteousness and glory. Even now, as you read these words, my spirit is speaking to the deepest parts of your being, urging you to rise above the pain and see yourself through my eyes. Perfect, precious, and powerful beyond measure. I'm not only your comforter, but your deliverer. I break every chain that binds you, silence every voice of doubt and fear, and fill you with my peace that transcends all understanding. The enemy may try to convince you that you are alone in your suffering, but I am your refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. While you were asleep, I was rewriting your story. I was erasing the chapters written in tears and replacing them with chapters filled with victory and joy. I was calling people into your life who will encourage you, uplift you, and walk alongside you in this new season. I was healing relationships that were fractured, restoring trust where there was doubt, and filling empty spaces with my love. Your past does not define you. My grace does. Your pain is not a prison, but a passageway into deeper intimacy with me. I have never been distant. I have never turned away. My arms are always open, ready to catch you when you fall, to carry you when you are weak, and to celebrate with you when you rise. The tears you shed alone were never unnoticed. They were recorded in the book of life, each one treasured as a testament to your faithfulness amidst trials. I see the depths of your heart, the unspoken desires, the quiet cries for help, and I respond with an everlasting love that never fails. While you sleep, I am not idle. I am working miracles in your life. I am moving on your behalf in the spiritual realms, dismantling strongholds, releasing breakthroughs, and positioning you for unprecedented blessings. I am awakening a divine purpose within you that will not only change your life but touch countless others. You are chosen, beloved, and empowered to be a light in the darkness, a voice of hope for the hopeless, a source of peace for the restless. Do not despair, for the night is far spent, and the dawn is surely breaking. Your tears are the soil from which your greatest victories will spring. Your trials are the refining fire that purifies your faith and strengthens your spirit. Your journey, though difficult, is part of a divine plan designed to bring glory to my name and fulfillment to your soul. So rise up, child of God. Rise up with the assurance that while you were crying alone, I was crying with you, fighting for you, loving you, and preparing you for a future filled with hope, joy, and everlasting peace. The best is yet to come, and I am with you always, even to the end of the age. As the dawn breaks and you begin to awaken to a new day, remember this truth that I, Jesus, have etched into the very core of your existence. You are never alone, and your journey is not without divine purpose. The tears you shed in the quiet solitude of night have been transformed into rivers of grace that nourish your spirit and prepare you for the abundant life I have promised. While you slept, I was not idle. I was weaving a tapestry of hope and restoration across the fabric of your life, thread by thread, moment by moment. Every setback you endured, every painful memory that haunted your thoughts, was met with my mercy, and I was gently turning those moments into stepping stones toward your breakthrough. I was standing beside you when you felt like the weight of the world was crushing your soul, whispering words of encouragement that your heart could barely hear, but your spirit desperately needed. I was the unseen hand that held you steady, the quiet strength that refused to let you fall into despair. Your heartache has not gone unnoticed. It has been the altar upon which I have offered healing fire, purifying your pain and refining your faith to a brilliance that will shine brightly in the darkest places. I am calling you now to lift your eyes beyond your present struggles and to see the glorious future that awaits you. I am the God of miracles, and the miracle that awaits you is greater than any sorrow you have carried. Your past does not dictate your destiny. I am rewriting your story, filling the pages with testimonies of victory, redemption, and unshakable peace. The spiritual battles you face are not signs of defeat, but invitations to deeper trust in me. I am fighting on your behalf in realms unseen, breaking chains that have bound your soul, silencing voices of fear and doubt, and paving the way for your freedom. I am surrounding you with angels of protection and sending divine messengers to guide your steps into alignment with my perfect will. This moment is sacred, a turning point in your spiritual journey where the seeds planted in your sorrow will bloom into an abundant harvest. Your prayers, whispered in the darkness, have reached my ears, and the answers are being released even now. I am releasing peace to calm your anxious heart, courage to overcome your fears, and joy to replace your mourning. I am awakening gifts within you that you never knew you had, empowering you to walk boldly into the destiny I have prepared since before you were born. You are a light bearer, a vessel of hope, and a warrior of faith. The road ahead will not always be easy, but you will never walk it alone. I am with you every step, guiding you with my love, strengthening you with my grace, and lifting you with my power. Embrace this new season with confidence, knowing that what you have endured has prepared you for what is to come. Your tears were never wasted. They were the water that nurtured the seed of your divine purpose. Your heartache was never unnoticed. It was the altar upon which I crafted a greater plan for your life. Your solitude was never forgotten. It was the quiet space where I prepared you to step into your God-ordained destiny. So rise, beloved child, and walk forward with faith. Your healing is underway, your breakthrough is imminent, and your future is radiant with promise. I love you beyond measure, and I am forever working all things together for your good. Even when you could not see me, I was with you, crying with you, fighting for you, loving you, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. This is my eternal promise to you, sealed with my blood and written in the heavens. Walk in this truth and receive the fullness of my peace. The night has passed, and a morning light is breaking. Your new life in me begins now.